Okay, everyone. ACLU, American Civil Liberties Union. Okay, I kind of got some questions about what are they actually doing now, right? All right, say they were founded in 1920, and they were supposed to be protecting the rights of all these people, and they did some good things back then. They helped women get the vote, right? They helped try to curb violence against African Americans because evidently some states it was still legal to beat a brother down, right? So they helped in those instances. But these days, with the way the society has changed and things are happening a little different, their mission, I'm not going to say their mission changed, but does their mission need to be modified slightly, right? All right, and they're fighting for things for African American community that, personally, my view is that they aren't always the most productive policies for us, all right? I'll give you a good example, right? A couple years ago, they had some billionaire wanted to put some surveillance blimps over top of Baltimore, right? And what the blimps did basically was they took little pictures or video. They showed video, and they focused on like high crime areas, right? Which is what the biggest issue is in Baltimore City, along with other cities like LA and Chicago and Charlotte and we have and even in DC. So they have some issues with crime and violence, right? But anyway, so what these balloons do is you put them up and you let them float over the city and they take video. And then when you have areas of high crime, they kind of focus in those areas. So what happens, you say, all right, well, how's that blimp way up in the air is going to help anything with crime, right? So say we got one real good example. Detective Suter, who was, they're fighting over whether it was suicide or whether he was murdered, right? Anyway, but the thing would have been was if that blimp was in place, the camera would have took a picture of that situation. They would have zoomed in on it. Would have been blurry. You couldn't tell nothing about it. But when they zoomed in on it, right, they would have been able to see if there was one or two figures in the alley, and then if there was someone that actually shot Detective Suter and started running, the blimp or the video, they would be able to follow that suspect and follow him to an area where he would run across an actual camera in the city that's located on one of the poles. Then the camera could pick him up, and then the camera would follow him to whatever direction he goes. Then the blimp can repick, and then the camera can repick, and believe it or not, might even follow the suspect all the way home. All right? And the same thing with people who are getting apprehended. Like we just had the little 1-year-old and 2-year-old got shot, by the drive-by shooting, and the mother got shot, right? So the blimp would have picked up the image of the vehicle, followed the vehicle to wherever it went. The cameras on the pole would have picked the vehicle up, got the tag number. Hey, subject captured. All right. So the question is, why does the Civil Liberty Union want to fight to protect the rights of the people? They say they don't want people like watching you and everything, right? But yet, I don't know about you guys, but I want to be watched, because if I can be watched and you can catch these people who are committing these crimes, I think that's more important than worrying about me watching them or them watching me walk down the street or drive down the street. They don't know what's going on with everybody, and their attention would be mainly focused on those type of areas, right? So why is the Civil Liberty, the American Civil Liberty Union want to fight to stop you from being protected? All right, and that's what I call it. I call it protection. And it doesn't have to be permanent, but it can be long enough to let the thug or the criminal know that, hey, you're being watched. And maybe you can catch enough of them, clean up the streets enough that we ain't got to worry about it, right? Because right now, you don't want us to carry guns. Me being a law-abiding citizen, hey, trying to do the right thing, trying to handle my business, trying to do everything right. Christian brother, hey, praise the Lord, all that kind of stuff. But let me get caught with a gun. I get treated worse than the criminal because he don't care about getting caught with the gun. All right? But the American Civil Liberty Union fights to protect people who are possibly committing crimes and getting away with it. So if Baltimore and other cities are talking about crime reduction, they need to stop worrying about the rights of the criminal or the thug or the murderer, the rapist, the kidnapper, or whatever it might be. They need to stop talking about the rights of those people and worry about the rights or the right for the people who are trying to do the right thing to be safe, right? Now, if you're not going to worry about the rights for us to be safe, hey, let us carry guns. Hey, we can turn it into the Wild Wild West because I can be fast, right, with my gun, right? So let us carry guns. If you can't clean up the streets, we'll do it for you. And the American Civil Liberty Union, right? I mean, they have all kinds of little things. Like, say, for example, now, I don't know about you guys. I'm a little funny with the death penalty. Hey, yeah, a lot of people are right. But if you got a brother, he pull out an AK-47, shoot up a cookout, kill 20 people, hey, 50 people, witnesses or whatever, hey, death penalty, right? But the American Civil Liberty Union says no death penalty. So what they're saying is basically let them being black people, kill each other up, and then that's less work for anybody else to have to do. All right? Especially when they kill the good ones. Let them kill each other up. Let them kill the good ones. Because we have lost some really good people over the years and, productive people. And basically what the American Civil Liberty Union does is they fight for the rights of that one or those people who are out there committing these crimes. But anyway, your view with Jimmy Clayborne. All right, what do you think? Do you think the American Civil Liberty Union is really out to help you? Or is it possible there could be some underlying issues? Like my man D.L. Hughley said, right? Racists can get intertwined in some good things and do some like subliminal, like behind the scenes stuff that people who aren't really paying attention, it can slip right by. So what do you think? Do you think the blimp surveillance should be something that can be considered, even if it's short term, to help clean up the crime in the cities? Or do you think you're worried about somebody might be watching you? Your view with Jimmy Clayborne. 2. Peace.